Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
We have a potato in chief cutting down on the energy, so costs are going to go up. And that means people are going to be looking for alternative ways to get around. My biggest expense of living is energy. That's food, fuel, electricity. So back during the Obama years, when 2007, 2008, when gas was $5 a gallon, I got into looking into how to make fuel so that I don't have to pay $5 a gallon to drive my car. I live in the middle of nowhere near Lake Superior. That's what this view is. It's a nice little windy fall day last year. Just said, well, that'd be kind of cool. So I set up my camera and I took a little bit of video of it. I'm a little bit short on video and I can't go out and take new video at the moment because of the weather. There's a little bit of snow here if you check my other videos. And so I have to wait until the snow's gone, then I can actually go out and make more content. So bear with me for the moment. If you're watching this, you're probably someone like me, a gearhead, hot rodder. Maybe you're just curious about fuels. You also could be wondering, how am I gonna get to work when gas is $10 a gallon? Of course, you could also just like the sound of my voice, but I doubt that. A guy can dream. I like to drive overpowered muscle cars, and I don't want to pay all my money just to put fuel in it. That's how I got started in this whole ethanol thing. Cheap, simple to make fuel that outperforms race gas and has a lot of other benefits and uses for it. This is my first video with some length to it about the fuel that I've grown so fond of over the last 16 years. It's going to be a brief overview, in-depth information like tuning, conversions, how to make it yourself. That'll all come later. When the weather improves and I can make videos and actually get driving my ethanol-fueled cars again and the snow and salt's gone, I'll do some more content. Until then, you get videos that I took driving around over the years and still photographs of things that I've taken while I've been doing my project. You'll never hear me say the Green New Deal is the solution to our problems, because that's nothing more than a veneer of a green on top of the red flag, the yellow hammer and sickle. Like a watermelon. I like watermelon, but I'm no fan of a socialist agenda that are hijacking of a useful, easy, or simple to produce fuels and energy. Likewise, I'm not approving of any government mandates to put ethanol in all our fuel because the government rarely does anything right or well. In a perfect world, we wouldn't have all the additives thrown in that cause the problems. And, spoiler alert, it's the additives causing the problems. It's not the ethanol. Check the description for a link in the story written by Jeff Smith, an editor at Hot Rod Magazine, who also writes for Summit Racing on Onallcylinders.com. Jeff Smith went and tested everything, much the same way that I did, about 10 years before he did, and found the same things. It's the additives causing the problems, not the ethanol. Ethanol's basically just vodka. That's all it is. But sweaty fat guy, ethanol will kill your car. It'll eat everything and leave it looking like this. Well, no, not really. How many times have you heard something like that? It eats carbs, it's not good for old cars, it's highly corrosive, absorbs water, loses power, burns hotter, breaks your engine, leaves waxy deposit or white powder or other things behind, or it's bad for EFI vehicles or new vehicles. That's usually from people that don't actually work with it, but they've read about it or heard about it, and everybody just kind of blamed ethanol. Yeah, there was a problem with the car, and we just kind of blamed alcohol fuel.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you is methanol and ethanol are two very different chemical compounds. Methanol is highly corrosive, so you need stainless everything, after-run oils, can't leave it sit in the tank or carbs. Methanol takes twice as much fuel to make the same power. Methanol is also very toxic. Only 10 milliliters can kill you. Ethanol, on the other hand, is not anywhere near as corrosive, so you can use normal parts just like you do with gasoline. Since 1982, all the parts on cars and parts sold for cars that are used in the fuel systems are compatible with ethanol. If it's good with 10%, it's good with a 15 or 100%. If it lives with a little, it'll live with a lot. What I like most about ethanol is I can make it cheap. tree sap, cattails, pretty much any starch or sugar. Got a friend that makes it out of cardboard. Driving around on the cardboard. I can run my generators, vehicles, chainsaws, everything runs on it without a problem. There's ways to do it. And yes, it's not hard on small engines, no matter what people say. Getting into a little bit of gearhead speak, I can also run a lot of static compression ratio. That's how hard it squeezes the fuel before it explodes. More compression, more power, and in the range that you normally drive in. So more compression is a beneficial thing. I'll have a link to a video that explains compression ratio in the description for the video. Since I can make fuel myself, I'm not beholden to some corporation that tells me I have to pay them 5 or 10 or whatever bucks a gallon. Making it from tree sap costs me about 10 to 40 cents a gallon. Cattails is about 40 cents a gallon, just because I have to do more processes and everything. I'll get into that later. Ethanol makes more power than gas. It also burns cooler. It also burns cleaner. You don't have black carbon deposits clogging up your engine and fouling your valves and every other part inside, causing wear as the engine runs. Green energy is not the silver bullet. It's not an easy button. It doesn't fit well with centralized distribution, where you produce it in one area, ship it to a center, and then ship it out from there. You make it and you use it right there. It's more efficient to use it where you make it than it is to ship it halfway across the country. Okay, if I haven't scared you off yet, and you're thinking, man, this guy's full of it, then you'll just have to come back, check out other videos, because this one is just like a primer. It's not a nuts and bolts video, because I'm limited at the moment. But coming soon, I'll be able to get more information, teach you how to do stuff, how to build a still. And everybody wants to know how to build a still and then operate it, right? Come on, that's the fun part. Be a moonshiner. But that's the other thing. You don't want to be a moonshiner, because they don't fine you for how much fuel you actually produced. They fine you based on how much your still could have produced over a year. And that can be really expensive. So don't go moonshining. You don't want to drink this stuff. I am not making beverage alcohol. Legal stuff is another video. Can't fit it all in here, and I'm already at almost 10 minutes, so everyone's going to be like, oh, come on, just shut up. And I think I'm going to have to invest in a better mic. That's first world problems, I know. If you're in, you're in. All right. I'll teach you how to do all of it coming up. Tell a friend, get other people involved in it, because you need help. It's going to be too big for one person to do on their own. Trust me.
I can fix it.